Brands selling over $1 million per year on Amazon, this is for you. If you're looking to scale profitably on Amazon while having clarity, confidence, and protecting your brand, you're in the right place. In this video, I'll show you how we help brands go 37 to 52% year over year using Voadera's 4x4 growth system. Have your quarters lately finished the same way? Staring at dashboards, reacting to ad spikes, minimal sales growth, and missed targets. You're chasing map violators, scrambling to explain what went wrong, and somehow expected to forecast a great upcoming quarter without time, clarity, or real support. Maybe your Amazon channel is doing fine, but ad costs keep climbing, margins are shrinking, and your team is stretched too thin with no Amazon specialists to make necessary changes fast enough. Or retail is pulling your team's attention, and Amazon has become a secondary thought. Maybe you've started to believe what a lot of brands do. Amazon just isn't what it used to be. We've hit our growth ceiling. Let's just have a defensive strategy in Amazon and play offense in other places like our Shopify retail. But that's never the case. You'll always be missing out on much of what your brand deserves. Amazon didn't stop growing, but many great brands shift from optimizing to just surviving and keeping up. The truth is, you're not alone. Most brands come to us after going through a similar cycle, as well as spending tens of thousands on tools, agencies, new hires, and consultants, trying to reach the next phase and still feel stuck. Even worse, Amazon today isn't what it was just 12 months ago. The ranking algorithm for Amazon consistently changing, especially now with the introduction of AI. They're introducing Rufos and Cosmos and other technology in the algorithm. Competitors with lower quality products are copying you. Amazon keeps finding creative ways to raise fees and take more of your margin. And CPC, cost per click, just keeps climbing, making ads more expensive and less efficient. This is all happening not because Amazon doesn't work, but because many brands' growth strategy is a patchwork of short-term fixes. This is many brands' growth strategy on the left. I wouldn't even call it a strategy, if I'm being honest. They're tweaking ads, they're playing tactical whack-a-mole, either like picking ads, changing keywords, switching 3PLs, but not seeing the lasting results that you're hoping for. On the other hand, on the right here is our growth strategy that we spent the last decade building that's averaged 44.2% year over year growth for our partners. I'm Jassim Mesa, CEO and founder of Voadera. Our team helps brands over $1 million grow faster on online marketplaces. And if you're not there yet, actually lately I've been sharing what works for us on YouTube and LinkedIn. So you can hopefully hit that mark soon, and maybe we even partner up one day. We sold over 7.5 million on our primary Amazon account last December alone, and we're on track to surpass $100 million in total sales across all of our brands this year, placing us in the top 0.01% of Amazon sellers worldwide. With over a decade of experience on online marketplaces, during that period we've earned 15,000 plus lifetime reviews with a 99% customer satisfaction rate. Based on our sales volume and experience, we give your brand access to the same data, infrastructure, and strategic advantages typically reserved for nine-figure brands. Last quarter, our partners averaged 63% quarter-over-quarter growth. That's definitely an outlier with some seasonality. But over the past 12 months, we've still averaged 44.2% year-over-year growth across all of our brands. An executive at Whitetail Naturals approached us. After 8 years on Amazon, their brand's growth had stalled. Their brand was already solid with high-quality products. He just needed a system that could unlock the next stage of growth for them on Amazon. We partnered up and ran our 4x4 growth system, from updating his main image to revamping secondary creative assets, adding video, optimizing his logistics, and dialing in traffic. The result, you can see here, 67% year-over-year Amazon growth from $132,000 to $220,000 per month in just 4.5 months. Not only that, but you can see all of his numbers approved across the board in the quarterly business reviews we prepped for him. They literally couldn't keep up, actually. He asked us to help fund our larger, more frequent POs and brought on a secondary factory just to meet Amazon demand. Then there's Mike, who bought IceWraps in 2015. Amazon growth hit a ceiling and he felt stuck spinning his wheels trying things out. We stepped in and ran our system. First, fixed supply chain and growth intelligence. Next, we increased LTV, bundling products, optimizing average order value. In just 6 weeks, sales jumped from $44,000 per week to $66,000 per week. Average order value rose 11%, and we cut ad spend by 13%. And we overall grew his brand sales by around $120,000 per month, as you can see over here in the beginning, to now $220,000 per month, as you can see. And you can see the average order value grow up in the bottom over here. And we decreased A cost slightly as well. The 4x4 growth system is proven, repeatable, and built to scale. Whether you sell wellness, supplements, home goods, or apparel, this works across the board. As you can see, IceWraps and pet food are very different, but the 4x4 growth system works for both and across hundreds of other brands. With over $100 million in projected sales this year, the results speak for themselves. If you're a founder, executive, or director at a brand doing over $1 million per year and you're looking to grow Amazon revenue by 37 to 52% over the next 12 months while protecting your brand, here's how we help. We buy inventory from you upfront and list it as your exclusive seller on our marketplace accounts of Amazon, Walmart, and Target. Then we fully manage those marketplaces end to end: listings, ads, logistics, compliance, everything. This isn't a service, it's a growth partnership with real skin in the game, and we only make money when you do. You get a team to take on the heavy lifting of marketplaces, letting you and your team focus on what only they can do best: leading your brand and growing its value, launching great new products, expanding into more retail locations, and even possibly looking for influencer partnerships. Just like Ryford, who got into hundreds of new Walmart locations after partnering with us once his team finally had the time and focus to make it happen. Picture this: Amazon running on autopilot, no chaos, no firefighting, just consistent, profitable growth month after month. 80% of our partners see 43% year-over-year growth in their first 90 days. If you're done spinning your wheels and ready for real growth and strategy, pause this video and go to Voadera.com and book a strategy call and come back so I can tell you about our 4x4 growth system. Have you booked your call yet? All right, let me tell you about our 4x4 growth system. It's a proven blueprint that turns scattered tactics into a flywheel of compounding growth across Amazon and other marketplaces. It starts with 4 pillars that lay the foundation for healthy scale, because without the right foundation, you end up growing in the wrong direction. The first pillar is brand control and equity protection. We help you take control of your Amazon channel by removing unauthorized sellers, enforcing MAP, and organizing your catalog, so you protect profits, positioning, and retail relationships while presenting a clean, aligned brand. The second pillar is operational stability. With consistent POs, nationwide and international logistics, we maintain a 98.7% average in-stock rate to ensure your channel runs smoothly and no effort is wasted. The third pillar is strategic ownership and alignment. We don't throw tactics at the wall. Every move ties into a bigger roadmap aligned with your product lifecycle, retail timelines, and brand goals, from SEO and pricing to creative and channel strategy, all working together, driving growth in one unified strategic direction. The fourth pillar is real-time growth intelligence. We use AI, competitor data, and live A/B testing to move fast and adapt early. We always aligned with Amazon's latest algorithm updates and what's working right now. Once we've locked in your foundation, we pour gasoline on the fire with the 4 growth levers. The first one is traffic. Are your customers finding you? Second is CTR. Are they clicking on your listings? The third one is CVR. Are they converting after they click? And last, but definitely not least, is LTV. Are they coming back and spending more? The first 3, these 3 right here, power the Amazon flywheel, but LTV lights it on fire. And that's one that we see so many people miss. When your customers return via bundle, subscriptions, or multi-packs, or just spend more, your ACoS drops, velocity climbs, and Amazon rewards you with better visibility. It's jet fuel for growth. The more it spends, the faster and cheaper it gets. But here's the crucial part. We don't touch the growth levers until the foundation over here is rock solid. You don't build a skyscraper on sand. That's what I always tell my team. Because, for example, what good is more traffic if you don't own the buy box on your listing? You're just driving sales, unauthorized sellers on your listing, and rewarding them more for hijacking your listing. Or revamping SEO to supposedly improve, for example, your CTR click-through rate on your listings, but you do it based on an outdated algorithm. You're not using real-time growth intelligence. You're wasting time, resources, and money. Once we run the 4x4 analysis and begin implementing the system, we take it a step further. We run your insights through our AI-powered triangular funnel, built to pinpoint the highest ROI and leverage opportunities within the 4 growth levers. We identify bottlenecks, run strategic A/B tests, and stack what works, so your growth compounds and momentum builds to increase the overall throughput of units sold. In addition to installing our growth system, you also get expansion into additional marketplaces such as Target, which is invite only, Walmart, and global Amazon marketplaces like Canada, UK, and EU. An executive at a leading hydration brand was actually cited to see Target sales for the first time in her brand's history in the very first week we made our listings live there. You also get a team of over 100 Amazon native specialists covering marketing, creative, logistics, compliance, and many more, executing your brand's roadmap. A dedicated growth partner who owns your KPIs, drives your goals, and leads strategic QBRs to keep your brand growing with a clear aligned long-term roadmap. Also get visibility through live dashboards that keep you crystal clear on performance, progress, and next steps. Speaking on data, our team has access to millions of data points gathered from selling hundreds of millions of dollars over the past decade, giving your brand an unfair advantages and insights. If you thought that was it, you're actually wrong. You also get a 24/7 ASIN monitoring that ensures your listings are live and healthy, and benefit from our access to our Amazon Senior SaaS Core program that actually we pay out of pocket $90,000 per year. It's a support tier reserved for a handful of top Amazon accounts. It gives us direct line to senior Amazon reps so we can troubleshoot stuck issues and escalate problems faster on your behalf. And of course, we enforce MAP, protect margins, and maintain brand consistency across all marketplaces and retail. Full listing updates from our marketing team, PDPs, creative, premium A+ content to boost conversion and sales. We took a generic listing and added high converting images, product variations, strong SEO, and an efficient PPC strategy, growing sales 4x in just 11 weeks. And this actually doesn't include, like, there's also premium A+ content that's at the bottom of this listing and a lot of other, like the bullet points, but I just wanted to put a quick snapshot to give you guys an idea over here. We also implement our proprietary Amazon PPC system. Usually, this cuts ad spends for our partners by 35% year over year on average, without impacting sales, actually growing them, as we mentioned earlier, and access to DSP and AMC, demand side platform and Amazon Marketing Cloud. Your brand also taps into our nationwide supply chain, 5 US warehouses, international hubs, and over 1 million units shipped last year. So you save on prep, freight, and FBA while moving inventory faster. We handle all Amazon customer returns for you, so your team never has to touch a customer refund again. We recover what Amazon owes you, from lost inventory to hidden fees. Last year alone, we clawed back over $2 million in reimbursements for our partners, and one of our partners, Ross, had no idea Amazon was losing 5% of his inventory until we stepped in and started recovering it for him. We've also helped partners unlock hidden margin through access to our international sourcing manufacturing network and AI-powered pricing insights that surface undervalued and underpriced SKUs, which we see happen too often, especially after the changes. Take Alex, a vitamin brand executive, for example. After optimizing his listings, creative, and ad strategy, our data flagged that his products were underpriced. We recommended a 7% price increase, and within 3 weeks, sales rebounded to baseline. Just 2 weeks after that 3 weeks, unit sales climbed 60% even at the higher price point. Let's be honest, you're probably making less on Amazon than you think. Between rising fees, sneaky FBA charges, and misclassified dimensions and lost inventory, Amazon is quietly and quickly eating your margins away. A brand that just signed with us a few weeks ago had been stuck, revenue flatlining, margins shrinking, and ad spend getting less efficient by the week. As you can see in this chart, they have been fluctuating around $2 million, but their margin disappeared, making them less than $20K last year. Between rising Amazon fees, wasted spend, and inefficient supply chain routes, profit was quietly getting eaten alive. To their credit, they actually knew their numbers, which already puts them ahead of most. Many brands we speak to don't realize how bad their margins are, and how much Amazon is taking away from them. That's why we pay you a clear, fixed wholesale price. We optimize your Amazon fee structure, and we recover what you're owed. And if we don't, our loss. Bottom line, you earn more with less stress and finally get clarity on what the Amazon channel marketplaces are actually making you. You get a very clear P&L to know where your brand stands. I want to applaud you for being serious about your brand and talking to us. Worst case, you walk away with a 6-figure PO and clear insights to unlock more profit. Best case, you scale 37 to 52% year over year and finally grow your brand profitably without the chaos. I wanted to go over a few questions we get from interested brands. The first one, do we lose control over our brand or account if we partner with? Not at all. You keep your Seller Central account, trademark, and full creative control. We operate through our own marketplace account, and nothing goes live without your approval. Most partners start by reviewing every detail, but once they see the quality and speed, they realize they're the bottleneck and hand us the reins because we've earned their trust. What if we already have an internal Amazon team? Will this overlap or conflict? Actually, it's the other way around. We make your team more powerful. Most brands who raise this concern either have a few people managing marketplaces and are quote-unquote happy with it, or their team is feeling stretched thin. But here's what we've seen. Many partners thought their Amazon was fine. Remember the profitability example we shared earlier? Until we shared our first report. After auditing supply chain costs, marketing, and sales performance, we uncovered major savings and growth opportunities that only dedicated specialists would catch. As your brand grows, marketplace operations become more complex, and the problems get bigger. Your team ends up putting out fires instead of actually growing the brand. Most in-house teams are doing generalist work in a specialist world, and building a full stack Amazon department, PPC, SEO, creative, logistics, compliance, etc., costs over $500,000 per year, if not more, depending on your brand size. We plug in as your execution engine, giving your team the leverage to focus on higher impact growth, retail expansion, trade shows, and product launch. You get bandwidth, your team gets breathing room, and your Amazon platform finally performs like the premium brand you've been building. What if our ops are messy or timing is bad right now? That's exactly when we're most valuable. Whether you're short on cash flow, backed up on inventory, or stretched too thin, it's our job to bring in structured growth. We send a PO up front, manage logistics, and eliminate ad and ops headache, keeping things as simple and clear for you as possible. No perfect setup required. We've helped brands go from behind and turn instability into traction. The fourth one is, does Voadera eat into our margins? On paper, it might look that way, but in practice, our partners are significantly more profitable after partnering with us. We eliminate agency retainers, reduce internal payroll needs, and drive ad efficiency, all while paying you for inventory, and we only win when you do. Most partners see 30 to 60% profit growth in year one. Take Khaled. We're saving him over $180,000 in ad spend, $100,000 in supply chain, and another six figures in payroll, while also growing his top line. He's now making more profit than ever on a relative and an absolute scale. The fifth question we frequently get is, what happens to our existing Amazon resellers if we partner with you? Will my marketplace sales decrease? Actually, we eliminate the chaos most brands don't realize is quietly hurting them. Amazon resellers are taking sales that already exist. You're already getting them either way. They profit off your brand without adding long-term value. Compete with each other for the buy box, driving the price down, which undermines your pricing and causes map violations and other authorized discounts, which leads to obviously angry retail buyers. They let listings go stale, don't spend much on ads because they don't care about the brand long-term, and mismanage inventory, which kills your ranking and momentum. And worst of all, no one owns the outcome, so performance plateaus, if not decreases. We consolidate your Amazon marketplace presence under us, an aligned partner. You still own your brand and strategy, maps gets enforced, listings stay fresh, velocity climbs, while keeping your retail and distributor relationships intact. And you get confidence and clarity that you control your online channels. The sixth question we frequently get is, we're already selling 1P, why change? Totally fair, but here's what most brands don't realize until it's too late. 1P can feel safe until it's not. This year alone, Amazon dropped hundreds of 1P brands with just a few weeks' notice, simply because they weren't hitting revenue thresholds, often under $20 million per year. No warning, no negotiation, just gone. And even when you're not cut from Amazon 1P, you have limited control over your brand and your listings. Your map gets ignored, Amazon sets whatever pricing it wants. In addition, you only solve for one marketplace, which is Amazon. So you still have to solve for other marketplaces like Target and Walmart. So now you've got 5 options for marketplaces. Stay the course and keep bleeding market share and losing margin, and hoping your team magically finds the time to fix Amazon between everything else. Stack up more agencies, none of whom talk to each other, take full responsibility to give you real skin in the game. Go 1P, kill your map, pissing off retailers, and hope Amazon doesn't cut your brand like the hundreds of other sub $20 million brands that did drop this year. Oh, and you're still stuck solving for other marketplaces yourself. And then building an in-house team, spending $500K a year trying to replicate what we've already built, pulling your team away from what really matters, like developing new products or expanding into retail and thinking about overall brand strategy. Or you partner with Voadera. We buy your inventory, protect your brand, and drive 35, 50, and even 70% year-over-year profitable growth, all while your team gets to focus on leading the business. Imagine walking into your next board meeting, not being defensive about the Amazon channel, but showing 37% growth, recovered margin, and an actual path to the next phase of growth. The power of having a system that just works. We only onboard a few brands every quarter, so I hope that you're one of them. This is your moment to stop feeling stuck. Click somewhere, make sure you visit our website, book the strategy call, and let's grow your brand together.